So most people are going to be stuck in the system forever, and it's not their fault. It's literally not their fault. I think it starts with the education, especially in places like New Jersey, where the education system is really there to get people ready for a 9 to 5 factory job. I feel like that's all the schools in New Jersey are good for. You're not taught to think individualistically. You're not taught how to convey your emotions. And you're really not taught to just be a free person. When I was growing up in the high school and middle school, once you stepped inside that building, it was almost like a prison. You were not allowed to leave under any circumstances. You were not allowed to eat unless it's lunch period, which is crazy. You know what that does to somebody developing a 16-year-old boy? You tell him you can only eat during lunch period, and then when we give you food, it's garbage. How is somebody going to grow up like that? You're going to grow up with all kinds of issues right off the cuff, just based on that. The low wages in this state is going to keep you stuck in the system, and the long hours and the traffic. Between all of that, how are you going to have enough energy, enough time to get yourself out of the cycle? Once you're stuck in the cycle, it's basically game over. It's game over for a lot of people. And once I realized that, I realized I needed to break the cycle. I needed to think more for myself, be more of an individual. I needed to make money on my own terms. And that's how I broke out of the cycle. But it's still no picnic. I still got to work my ass off. I probably work way harder now on my own business. The only difference is that I can think a little bit more individualistically. But, even with doing your own business, the state is right there, demanding licensing fees, demanding taxes, always changing the regulations and the rules. So you don't need to be a victim of the system. I think you just need to step off of that cycle, that path. So if you find yourself every day, you're waking up, you're just going through the motions, you're just showing up to a job you don't even care about, you're just making these, low wages and living paycheck to paycheck. It's time to wake up. It's literally time to wake up. You have to make a difference in your life. You got to make some huge changes. I think one change everybody can do is a physical change. Start working out. Get that blood flowing. Even if it's just going for a run, even if it's just, working out for 10, 15 minutes a day. The point is you got to do something. And moving, getting the blood flowing, I think that's a great way. That's something that is accessible to everybody. To be honest, if you have a body, you're capable of working out. I think number 2 is your diet. All of this food, once you start eating more naturally, not even holistically, but just more naturally, like if you make your own food. I haven't eaten at one of these like fast food places in a long time. And the last time I ate something like that, I felt sick. And it was so eye-opening that I was like, is this how everybody feels when they eat something? Even though you might not notice you feel that way, your brain might just think, oh, this is how you're supposed to feel after eating. So if you eat lunch and you feel tired and sluggish and like it's nap time, that means the food you're eating is literally poisoning you. I can guarantee most people have this problem unless you're making everything you eat from scratch. If you're eating out of cans, packaged food, or you're relying on a deep fryer from some restaurant for food, all those oils, all those chemicals, that stuff is designed to numb you, okay? Just like the drugs, just like the alcohol, the weed, it's there to numb you and make you compliant, okay? It's no joke. So you got to change your diet. You got to just eat your own food. You can still eat the same food. I'm not saying you got to give up cheeseburgers and French fries. You just got to make them yourself, because even the oil they fry the French fries in, even if it's a place that hand cuts their own fries, unless they're using like top quality oil, even the oil is going to cause inflammation in you. And again, that's a whole other topic, but I would say make the changes with your health, because that's going to give you the energy when you're outside of work to work on things. Okay? You need to step it up in overtime. Like you really do. When you come home from work, you got to work on your passion project. There's not even a passion project, it's your business plan. So when I realized this, what I did was I started taking night classes, and that was tough. It was not easy, but you got to do tough, hard things to see results. I had to go to work all day and immediately come home, and maybe I would go like have a little time to eat, and then I would go to a night class. And I did that 3 times a week, and then we met on Saturdays for like 12 hours on Saturday. And that's what I did to learn the skills that I needed to start my own business. That's what people got to do. If you're not learning, so I think number 3 is learn skills. You got to learn some kind of skill that's valuable, people are going to pay you for. Right now, it's the hands-on skills, it's the blue-collar stuff that seems to be catching on. There's just money in it, people just know, like, oh, if I'm going to do a home renovation or something, it's going to cost me 20 grand. They're already set to spend 20 grand. And half the time, people don't even spend their own money. They get the money from the bank, from a state fund or something, or, there's all kinds of opportunities. But definitely need to learn some kind of skill or how to use some kind of machinery or something. And again, this isn't something you're just going to learn overnight, and you got to keep going. To master anything takes time. And so most people are not willing to spend time. Most people come out of work and they go home, they probably smoke a blunt and chill. Maybe they hang out with their family, maybe they play video games. Most people are not going to get out of work and do the hard thing. They're not going to build a business. They're not going to put the nose down and read some educational materials. And even when you're driving, listen to educational stuff. And when you're getting ready for work, listen to educational stuff. So what goes hand in hand with that education thing is, what are you putting in your head every day? I have points like this where I wake up and I'm making breakfast and I just put some guy on YouTube who's just talking, like Moist Critical of penguins or whatever. He's great. He's funny. His stuff is really entertaining. But at the end of the day, sometimes I watch it and I'm like, what did that do for me? Like, how is that helping me get to the next point of my life? Watching some guy comment about internet drama, right? And he's getting millions of views. So that's millions of people are out there. They would rather listen to some guy talk about internet drama on people they've never even met or seen than turn on something educational. The millions of educational things that's on YouTube. So I would start there. And if you guys are really interested, I am putting together like a PDF, more of like a game plan for people. If you're starting at the ground floor, you're at level 0 and you want to get up to like level 1, level 2, I'm going to put together a detailed PDF that sort of follows like my regimen or the things that I've done to make those changes to get people started, because I like seeing people get started. I like seeing people make those difficult changes, do the difficult things. I like seeing people eat better and just want better for themselves. And I think that's where it all starts with. You have to want this for yourself. And if you have a family, that's the ultimate selfless sacrifice. You have to do this for you and your family, for your kids, for your wife, for your girlfriend, for your loved ones. You need to wake up and get that fire lit under your butt again. And it is so hard when you're trapped in this system. Every day you wake up and you got to go to some job you don't want to do on no sleep to make no money and run off I don't even consider this stuff food. It's not food, guys. Half of what you're eating is not food. If it didn't come out of the ground, it's not food. If it's coming in a can or a package, stop eating it. Read the back of that thing. Do you even know what this stuff is you're putting in your body? You probably don't. And we don't even know what the effects of it is. All I know is it's keeping everybody numb. It's making everybody's skin look rough. All right? I don't even want to show you the people that's walking by my car right now because I feel like that's just rude. But these people look rough, man. And I'm not going to be one of these people just walking around this city like a zombie. All right, guys. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Definitely like, subscribe, put on the notifications, because when I'm going to put out like a more of a monetized video really breaking down my game plan. And again, I want to put out this PDF, just a little free PDF for you guys that you can follow, like a daily sort of routine or daily reminder, what you can be doing to just break the cycle, guys. That's the point of this video. Break the cycle. Stop eating what you're eating. Stop being immobile, okay? And stop filling your head with garbage, all right? Fill your body with nourishment. Fill your brain with nourishment. And push your body, because that will feed your mind as well. And I think making those changes will put you in a better headspace and a better state, okay? And once you achieve that higher state, pushing for those things you really want to push for is going to be even easier, okay? So, all right. Cheers, guys.